Okay, so to run this example, which is rec and Docling, the first thing that you need to have installed is Podman Desktop or Docker Desktop or anyway, any container engine, right? Because we're going to use Quarkus Dev Services to automatically start the container dependencies that these example have. Basically, you need the Presidio container running and Redis container running and Docling container running. Okay, so you can start them manually, or you can use the Quarkus Dev Services, which automatically starts these containers for you. But of course, you need to have a container engine installed, Podman or Docker. So let's start. Starting the code in Quarkus Dev mode. Okay, now it's starting, and you'll see that it's compiling and it's starting everything, and here it's starting all the containers as I mentioned it before. So yeah, it's going to be like some seconds because there's the two Presidio containers, one Redis and one and one Docling. Okay, so now everything is up and running, and now I can just go here, go to localhost 8080, and I'm just going to put here new mission. Okay, I'm just starting now. I'm sending this PDF to my backend, to my Quarkus backend. Then this PDF goes to Docling for doing all the analyzing all the structure and getting all the text, and then finally I move this to create some kind of vectors and then storing them in Redis. And here you can see all the all the chunks, right? So here is one chunk, this is another chunk of the text, another chunk, another chunk, and another chunk. All these chunks are paragraphs of the PDF that has been scanned by Docling. This is the metadata information, and here it's it's a short part of the vectors. The vectors, I think that it's like 380 dimensions. Here I just put it 5, and you see here the numbers. Okay, so all good. Now let's enable the let's say an anonymizing part, right, using Presidio. So I'm just going here to the code. I've got here, you see it says rack.anonymize. I'm just going to put it to true. Okay, I save it, and now I only need to go here and refresh. Okay, now basically Quarkus it's been restarting all the instances and so on. I mean all the containers. For the reason it takes a bit of time. Then here it is again, and then I'm just going to repeat exactly the same. So now I'm sending the PDF to Docling. I'm just get all the scanner, but then before creating all these chunks, I'm just sending all this content to Presidio to anonymize the data, and then yes, finally, as you can see here, I create all the chunks. You see that all the chunks now. Here there is some anonymized things, like maybe the phone number. Here you see that it says classified date, agent name. Since it's a name, it's also anonymized. Okay, you see that now the redacted email, so the mail is also anonymized. So you see that I'm just getting the same as before, but and that's the important thing. With data anonymized, but the vectors, so everything is exactly the same as before, but the sensitive data has been anonymized. Okay, great. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is the encryption of the vectors, because after all, what we need is to have these vectors also encrypted, okay? Because at the end, with the vectors, you can do reverse engineering and getting the content of the vector. That's one thing. And the second thing is that we need to use a specific algorithm that preserve the distance of the vectors. So I'm just using here the iron core alloy. But for enabling, I just go here, and I think that's here. Yeah, here, and I inject in the embedding model that calculates the vectors and encrypts them. So this is the change. So now here you see this, the vector is 0.05, 0.06, 0.02, and so on. Okay, so this is the scale of the vector. Okay, I don't know. Now probably it's going to work. Let's wait a second. Let me check if it's starting or not. Yeah, seems that now it's going to start. Yeah, now. Okay, now I'm just going to, again, upload this PDF. So now I'm just scanning the PDF, anonymizing the content, calculating the vectors, but you'll see that the vectors now are encrypted. You'll see in a few moments the magnitude of the vectors. So let's wait for a second. Yeah, now it's successful. And you see now that the vectors are totally different because, of course, now I am encrypting the vectors.